It's the first day of 2026.
Hell yeah. Starting 2026 off the right way with One Piece.
Woo!
And recording One Piece, no less.
You know, I had a story I wanted to bring up here. Oh, yes, now I remember it. Speaking of One Piece, I finally finished season 1 of One Piece.
Oh,
I
I've seen this joke going around.
I have finally successfully watched all 1,157 episodes of season 1 of One Piece. We have 4 months to catch up to the anime. I think we can do it.
Is that how they're not releasing the episodes for another 4 months?
Yeah, they're not releasing anything until April, as far as I remember.
Okay, I'll give this some time to catch up a little bit. I don't think we're gonna catch up to the end of season 1, but we'll get pretty close.
Bro. I trust. We're only
200 episodes.
213 episodes behind, give or take.
Yeah,
easy peasy, bro. Easiest shit in my life. We got this.
Whatever, I'll leave you to that math and let you figure that one out. I'm gonna read the summary while you work that out on it. Okay,
you got it, buddy.
This week on One Piece, our friends who are still reeling from the death of Yasuie must now spring into action after Otoko cradles her father's body and becomes Orochi's target once more. Zoro and Sanji make it to the scene first, fighting off Gunfire, X-Drake, and Kyoshiro. Oh, and ninjas. Can't forget about those. The rest of the crew joins them as they try to save Otoko and Hiyori while not exposing their ally forces to Orochi in broad daylight. In addition to this, we learn that the people of Ebisu Town are known as pleasures, one of the 90% of people who eat a smile fruit and gain absolutely zero reward for it. Back at the prison, we learn that Eustace Kid, who surrendered himself, turns out Kamazo is none other than Killer, who has fallen victim to a smile fruit, much to the heartache of Captain Kidd. Moved by their relationship and subsequent torture/execution, an invigorated Luffy challenges Queen to a 1v1. Queen lectures the audacious Straw Hat for not grasping the reality of his predicament. Our episodes end with Big Bomb airdropping in front of Udon prison and taking out the guards at the gate. Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
I think I just want to point out one thing. The people of Ebisu Town are not technically pleasures. Pleasures are the people who are actually in Kaido's crew.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but like they're pleasures in spirit.
I don't think I want to associate the poor and hungry citizens with the terrorist, basically, that is Kaido and his crew.
All I'm saying is they are victims in the same way as these pleasures are in Kaido's crew. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, sure, but the pleasures still end up working for him. Like, they chose that. They chose to try and take the fruit knowing the risk. Or maybe they know the risk, but they continue to work for Kaido's crew regardless. These poor people were just fed what they thought were apples, which, by the way, those apples got spots on them. I don't know that I'd be putting them anywhere near me unless I knew.
Brother, if we got poisoned water for generations, you think they're going to care about a funny-looking apple?
And none of them drink the water.
Yeah, because they know, but they didn't know about the apples. They're just like, ooh, look, an apple, or a plum, or whatever.
It's an apple. Yeah, I mean, there's funky fruits in this world, aren't there? So,
exactly.
Like, just look-wise.
Yeah, we have a banana gator, and we don't know if it's alligator first grew a banana or banana grew an alligator.
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. And we got sharkodiles. Who the hell knows what's going on? But Justin, I wanna start with you and your opinions this week, because last week you kept saying you could not wait to get to the episodes this week. So now that we're here, we've gotten to the episodes. How are you feeling, buddy? What's going through your mind right now?
Okay, so the reason I was saying that last week because I remember you saying last week that you were under the impression that the people of Ebisu Town who just kept laughing. Sorry, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. There was a line that like either someone in the crowd or like the narrator said, and they were linking the people of Ebisu Town with smiles. And I think you had taken, as far as I understood, you had interpreted that association to be more metaphorical than literal. As in, as far as I could tell from your response, you had no idea that the reason people from Ebisu Town are like that in terms of just constantly laughing no matter what is because it's a side effect of smile/sad or whatever. So I was just sitting here with a shit-eating grin of like, man, I can't wait for him to be so wrong next week. That's really all it is. That's the short end of it.
Well, it did end up being the case that I was wrong. This is the second time that the show sort of was dictating that, or pointing out deliberately that the people, because the first time happens when we first get there, and Yasuie was talking about them and why they're all smiling. And he goes, he had the whole thing that we flash back with Zoro too, where he goes, humans are the only ones who can laugh, so why not just laugh off the pain? Ha 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 ha. And then it comes up again. So I'm under the impression that it just seems like that's what's happening. Now we have the added context of, no, they literally cannot express any other emotion because they've consumed leftover smiles, and this is all they have. This is all they have, like literally. They don't want this. This isn't a defense mechanism they've determined for themselves to laugh off the pain of what's going on in their country. They literally cannot do anything but laugh. They can cry tears, but they cannot cry like the noise. They can't frown. They can't turn. They can't. The frown is always about upside down. They can only smile. So, and then we learn obviously that instead of me pointing out I don't know. I mentioned last week how on the nose it was that this whole idea of them only smiling was related to the smile fruits. And that it seemed like maybe they were trying to be ironic with it in their nature, but it's the opposite. This is a banana gator situation where no, the smiles were actually named for the phenomenon in the first place, because Caesar, Doflamingo, and Kaido have a sick, twisted sense of humor. So yes, I stand corrected on everything that I said last week, pretty much. Like basically every point is null and void as of what is actually the truth here, and how they are forced into this. So I'd like to extend my apologies to the people of Ebisu Town for anything that I said that hurt you last week.
I remember watching this first time. I thought I was like, damn, that's actually fucked. And then it's even made more so the fact when I think back to Otoko as she's huddling over her dad, grabbing Usopp's toad oil to try and revive him. And Usopp has to be there in the background like, wait, no, I'm so sorry. It doesn't, no, I'm ashamed.
Yeah, dude. He's firsthand seeing the problem with selling his toad oil to people. I'm sure Toko's not the first one. He sold plenty, but I'm sure that a lot of them went home and tried to heal their significant other or parents or child's wounds with this salve, only for it to do nothing because Usopp's a sham.
Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. But yeah, as this is happening, Otoko exposes herself into Orochi's line of sight, and Zoro lays eyes upon Orochi, and he's just like, you gotta die. Because apparently Zoro really, really fucked with Yasuie heavy, and he did not appreciate watching his homeboy go out like that, and so someone had to pay.
You bastard! You have no right to cut through my bullets! System trap! I won't be satisfied till I end you myself! Hey, Mosshead! You're not the one calling the shots! Prepare to fire! Oh, crap.
So Zoro tries running up on Orochi, and then Kyoshiro steps in to defend him and fight Zoro one-on-one. Which then I want to stop and ask you. So where are your thoughts on Kyoshiro in that moment? How are you feeling about him?
This is cover. He still has to pretend that he is on Orochi's side. This is nothing more than that. He just it's not the right time. It's the same reason that Shinobu and Kanjiro walk away too and let the Straw Hats take care of what's going on there, outside of the fact that their own crew started it. They need to hold themselves in the shadows until it's time to actually go through with the plan. And Kyoshiro is no different. Is Kyoshiro in contact with anyone from their side? I don't know. I don't think so. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because he's part of this revolution. He's in league with Hiyori, was anyway, until she sent away somewhere. And this is just him doing what he has to make sure that he is relied upon until the very moment that he can stab that fuck ass Orochi in the back.
But why not let Zoro do the dirty work for him?
I just think it probably wasn't the right time. I think Kyoshiro doesn't think that this was the right time to do that.
I guess.
Why is that the case? I don't particularly know. They must have some grander plan that is more than just killing Orochi. There's probably some facet of this plan that is about humiliating Orochi in a way that causes his goons to also step down at the same time. But if you just slaughter Orochi in the middle of the street, the people who are actually still loyal to him are gonna fight a bloody battle to the death, and Orochi's gonna be seen as a martyr. But in some way, they want to probably expose exactly what he did so before he's dead, so that people know what happened here in this land for the last 20 years. That'd be my guess.
I guess you just gotta continue.
And you know, Kyoshiro, as he was fighting Zoro, the moment the Oniwabanshu showed up, he disappeared. He said, "All right, that's it. I'm done. I don't need to fight this." He might have beaten Zoro. Zoro's injured, was heaving and huffing all throughout that fight because of his injury. Mm-hmm. So Kyoshiro didn't break a sweat, basically. So I think that Kyoshiro just went, "All right, cool. I don't have to play this pretend game anymore," and then he pieced out as soon as the ninja showed up because they can take care of it.
I see. I guess we'll just have to let things just play out, I guess.
Kyoshiro pulled one of those moves where you got company when you're a kid and you got company over and your mom tells you that you got to come down and say hi to everyone, and so he just showed face for a little bit. He went, "Hey, I'm still here. I'm fighting for Orochi side still." Wink. And then when it was okay to leave, he bounced. He asked if he could be excused from the dinner table, and then he left.
Mayhaps. Well, we never know. Except surely we will at some point.
At some point. I mean, I assume you know, or unless you're not part of the world. So, are you separate entity from this universe?
Bro, I'm not even real.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. Only someone not real could spoil so blatantly and openly all the time.
All right then.
Speaking of which, though, how many times did you almost fuck up Kamizo and Killer over time?
I'm gonna be honest. I never once remembered that man's alias. Like, I knew it was Killer, but I was like, I don't know what his other name is. And so anytime I think I had to refer to him, I definitely just opened a new tab and looked it up because I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Honestly, that makes it even more surprising to me that you didn't just blurt out Killer's name because it was the only name you knew him by.
Oh, okay. For me, it's that Hitokiri Kamizo as a name does not prompt anything to make me think of Killer. Like I know that association is there obviously in terms of real identity, but I can't accidentally say Killer trying to say Hitokiri Kamizo. Like there's no phonetic syllabic slide for me to, or banana peel for me to slip up on and be like, oh shit, I stopped with this one syllable and made a left turn to the real name. Whoopsie. Bro, I think I finally realized a lot of times in past recordings, instead of saying Yasu, I kept saying Yasui. And I don't think anyone noticed or cared.
If you did, it was too close. The name was too close.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how do I say Yasu but not accidentally slip into Yasui? Plot twist, I do, because I can't help myself. It's too hard. The syllables.
Say the whole name. Say the whole one. Tono Yasu.
I think a part of me hated that. I was like, Tono Yasu. Just call him Yasu, Sasui. My brain was just call him Yasu, and then I just kept adding the E. So here we are.
Well, what a fucking reveal that was. Let me tell you. that was a gnarly one. Just watching, because you're sitting there and the guy is whatever. Kamizo, that is. Kamizo showing up. I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's that guy. He's getting punished for fucking up, retrieving Toko and Hiyori. Then right behind him is Kid, and you think then I'm thinking to myself, well, what the fuck's going on here? Kid has the cuff on still, but surely he can still fight or whatever. And then they explain the whole situation before it's revealed who Kamizo is, and the random goon is just saying out loud, he just came running up on us screaming shit, didn't realize that he had cuffs on and just got captured like an idiot. And Kid's sitting back there giving the bashful eye about it, and bashful's the wrong word. Just like the side eyeing him because he knows that he was probably going to be useless trying to fight these guys without his devil fruit. So and I said the same thing out loud as I'm watching it. I'm going to myself. I out loud going, well, what the fuck? How does kid get captured? I know we can't devil fruit, but at least we can run or something, right, guy? Technically true, yes, but now we've learned that all of Kid's crew is also captured and tied up here somewhere, or maybe not necessarily in Udon at this prison, but they're being held somewhere and potentially all also being fed smiles, which, boy, that's vicious.
That's tough.
That's tough. To see your buddy like in that state, not only in the state of smiles and only being able to laugh, but also not having this helmet on, this mask that Killer wore all the time because he was I think it was pointed out that he was ashamed of his looks in combination with his laugh. So to not see your boy with his signature mask on, or the thing that has kept him feeling safe all these years. He's bandaged up. He's severely fucked up from this fight with Zoro in the first place. Just like when the last time you saw him, he was healthy and he was your boy, and now he's reduced to this. This is brutal. This is very, very brutal.
You always hated your laugh. This is wrong. This is messed up. I've got no clue what happened after we were separated. Did Kaido do this? Orochi? Where's everyone else? Say something!
Indeed it was. It was very just... I never thought I'd ever feel bad for useless Captain Kid or feel like some type of emotional response toward him. Because I'm like, damn, my boy really, really do care about his best friend right there. My man's just watching him suffer, and he's like, damn.
Yeah.
Just fucked up.
Imagine if that was Zoro. That was Luffy looking at Zoro.
Exactly.
And Zoro could never go back, as far as we know right now, go back to the way he was. What a different show this would be. Yeah. There's something, I mean, obviously I don't know that we'll ever necessarily get to see what went down specifically, like with Kid's crew. I would like to see exactly how Kid and his crew ended up in this situation, both him getting captured and then what his crew has had to go through in his absence. Just I don't know. I kind of hope we get to see a little bit of that, just to get some more context, some deeper context on it. It feels like, I think probably people would expect that I wouldn't necessarily want to see it, but because it's just so gut wrenching and for lack of a better term to use it again, just very brutal that this has been done to them. I just want to see what it would look like if they actually put that to the screen and showed everyone, because it gives another layer to exactly how menacing I think Kaido and his crew are. We already understand that Kaido is this big bad guy who's basically unkillable, undamageable in every way for the most part that we've seen. And now we've got this much more personal side to it, I suppose is what I'll say. Between that and getting the Ebisu Town explanation in the same episode, obviously because they're related to the same thing. That's a real 1-2 punch of emotion there. And then obviously, I mean not the real kicker, but one of the other kickers of this episode is just watching, as you mentioned already, Otoko over her father and trying to desperately cling to any form of life that he might have left, and trying to heal his wounds. And this is a rough one. This is a tearjerker. This one hits you right in the feels, I think, on a lot of different levels. Definitely a good set of episodes. I don't know if that's been clear to this point, but I enjoyed these episodes for the world setting that they put in here, and just really getting kind of resetting the tone on everything that's going on, and forcing you to recognize again that there's a lot of terrible things going on here that desperately need fixing, and there's more than just the immediate Kozuki clan here that's been affected by all of it. We've seen these little pockets of towns of the poor people and those that have been completely stepped on by Orochi and all of the rich 1%ers and Kaido, but to get the explanation why at least this group in particular is so fucked up that yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. It's good watching. It reinvests me in the story a lot more than just another round of fighting in the sumo ring or something to that effect, you know?
Facts. So after this, Queen has Killer and Kid strung up upside down, and they're like dipped in a well. And then Luffy's like, "Hey yo, just like 1v1 me, bro, so I can save my friends that aren't friends exactly." And Queen's just like, "Nah, man, you don't make the rules here. I do, blah, blah, blah." So Luffy says, Queen says, continue with the sumo matches. And then he adds the rule of as long as Old Man Hio and Luffy are standing in the ring, Killer and Kid will be drowned in the well. And so I'm curious on how exactly we're going to proceed with the sumo fights, and if we ever get a 1v1 between Luffy and Queen, because right when we get that, we finish the episodes with Big Mom falling from the sky and basically knocking on Udon Prison's door.
Yeah.
And she definitely wants the red bean soup.
She wants the fuck out of that red bean soup.
And I know what I said last week, but despite that, I don't think the chefs have whipped up a new batch of red bean soup yet.
No, I don't think so either. This is our Deus Ex Big Mom, Deus Ex Olin here to make sure that Kid and Killer get out of this. I don't think that we're going to get any sort of 1v1 here between Luffy and Queen, because another Queen has come knocking and we are about to throw hands, I think, with probably those two, Queen and Big Mom, that is.
All right. I know that Big Mom's a Yonko and all that, but like, does Queen win? Assuming it's like a straight up 1v1 kind of tussle thing.
I'm going to assume not. I don't think Queen is gonna win here. That he might be able to put some damage out on Big Mom, but I don't think that we're really gonna get a situation here in which Queen at all beats Big Mom. He's not even the best one of Kaido's crew. He's not even the king. To be fair, I don't even think King would be able to fight Big Mom. So
I mean,
there's that also.
King was the closest to killing Big Mom. That's what I'm saying.
Right. By throwing her into the sea in a straight 1v1.
Whether you win it by an inch or a mile, winning is winning.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. I'm getting too into the power scale and weeds, I guess. I don't think Queen's gonna be able to beat Big Mom. But I also feel as though this fight won't end with a definitive winner. I think Big Mom is stronger, but I don't think the fight will end with Queen having been defeated, at least not permanently. Maybe there will be some situation. There will be some situation probably where Big Mom maybe knocks Queen out or something, or Queen gets buried under some rubble, or whatever the case is. Maybe Queen falls victim to a dumpling mountain slide and just is stuck there until he can eat his way out. I don't know. This also begs the question of like, well, how does Luffy break out? And I forget that not Raijin, Raizo literally like stole their keys, so like they're probably fine. Raizo does have a bunch of keys. We don't know for certain that any of them belong to the collar, but
okay. So my agenda's back on the table. How does let's say hypothetically none of the keys are for Luffy's collar. How my boy busting out?
I don't know. I think, does Queen have the key on him?
I don't know that, but that sounds like that would be correct.
We got some sort of display of was the key when Raizo lost it about the keys. It was that was the prison cuffs. Never mind. That was the sea stone cuffs. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume that Queen probably keeps that key on himself also for the collars. So maybe somewhere in the middle of this fight between Olin and Queen, we'll have Raizo sneak into his pocket or something like that, grab the key.
Fair enough. Also, I can't believe I almost forgot this other last thing that happened in these episodes. Law finds Hawkins and basically he's ready to run the fade and get his crew back. And unfortunately, the worst case scenario has occurred. Law approaches Hawkins, and he's like, on guard, have at thee. And Hawkins takes out a little knife, cuts his wrists, and we pan over to Shachi, who's in like a cell or whatever, visibly getting cut by that same knife, because Hawkins has now added the 3 heart pirates' life to his own. And he tells Law, is like, listen, you can't kill me without killing them, and now I got 4 lives, what you gonna do? And I'll be real, I don't remember how this plays out exactly, so I'm also asking myself, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum.
I'm sure the op fruit has something applicable for the situation. I just genuinely don't know / remember what that is, if it exists. And so I'm low-key shaking in my boots here of like, what's my man gonna do? I don't want to see Beppo get hurt again.
Yeah, we gotta kill Beppo.
No!
We gotta send him to his brother.
Not like this.
It's for the greater good, Beppo.
No.
I'm sure you'll understand, and so will your brother.
Bro, no ladies. No ladies, please.
I remember at a point when we were talking about Hawkins' fruit again that I don't remember if the show pointed it out or someone on this podcast decided that they were going to try and make it canon that Hawkins had to be friends with whatever people he made into his puppets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Hawkins did not have game night with the 3 heart pirates and suddenly become their friends. I don't think, I have a feeling that didn't happen. So seems as though that particular idea of Hawkins's devil fruit seems to be kind of dead in the water here.
Who knows anymore?
I mean, I feel like we know that he didn't make friends with Law's crew.
Maybe it doesn't have to be genuine, but like a coerced contract.
Do you think Hawkins actually pulls out a piece of paper and Quill has them sign a contract, and then suddenly he can use them as their puppet? That's like part of his devil fruit contract.
Maybe not in that exact way, but in spirit, yeah. Maybe that's exactly how it works, bro.
He's got the con fruit. Con stands for contracts. You enter into a contract with him.
I know the word con is shorthand for like, swindling somebody, but is there like an actual word for that? Am I dumb?
I don't know.
Like, a ruse, but like, is there a word that means that same thing, but just starts with CON? So someone in the comments let me know.
So.
I'm sure this exists. So please help.
I don't think so. Google probably has an answer.
Yeah, but that's like in a different tab, and that doesn't help me farm engagement. So,
yeah. Somebody email us about why con became another term for swindling somebody.
That's what I'm saying, Brody. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
all right.
That begs the question. I think it's probably a good call. The idea that the op fruit will solve this problem somehow. It's like, well, what if the next time we cut to this, Law just goes, all right, whatever, and then just starts actually slicing Hawkins, but puts up a room, and then when his friend gets cut in half, he just rooms them back together. Just kidding, you're fine. But it still uses up the what do you call it? The life for Hawkins.
That, I'm not gonna lie, that would feel a little cheap. I feel like there's got to be a better way. I don't know.
What if
I could not tell you what that way is, but
Law is just the hard counter.
That could be true. It really just is that easy.
I kind of hope it's not. Just so it makes for a more interesting
I hate
fight.
the fact that you said that, and now I'm afraid.
I hope I'm wrong. I would like to see an interesting fight again with Hawkins, this time with Law, but I don't know. We'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah. Rip Beppo. Anyway.
What?
You had a good run.
Roger, please.
We talked about the fact that the matchup was happening, but not really in too many details. So we get this pairing here of 2 of our strongest straw hats. Zoro fighting Kyoshiro and Sanji fighting X-Drake. And
X-Drake kind of gets dealt with. Like, not permanently by any means, but like,
no.
My man got smoked.
I did find it funny that I'm going to spoil one of the quotes that I had for this week where Sanji is at one point fighting Drake and goes, man, I'm just like only popular with dinosaurs, huh?
That's a fantastic line. I didn't even catch that in the slightest.
I forget what the other dinosaur man's name was.
Page 1, it's written on his chest.
Page 1. Yes, that doesn't mean I remembered it was written on his chest.
But don't worry, he'll never forget.
I mean, as long as he's in my view, I'll never forget either. My man's stupid goon ass name, Page 1. Yeah. So anyway, we mentioned that Kyoshiro, or rather Zoro, is getting kind of out of wind here with what's going on. Kyoshiro's kind of holding his own against Zoro, even if he is injured. How do you feel about your boy Zoro? Maybe losing
It's
this
propaganda,
fight?
bro. It's all propaganda.
Oh, I
They're out
see.
here nerfing my boy Zoro to sprinkle some clout on some schmuck.
Yeah, we're giving Eyebrow Goro the spotlight here.
It's all the work, bro. This ain't real, all right? This is all part of the scripts.
Uh-huh.
All right, don't trust your eyes, okay? It's nonsense, absolute nonsense.
I disagree. I hope Kyoshiro takes this opportunity he just retreated into the smoke so that he could sneak attack Zoro, one-shot him. Zoro the Zoro.
This is not propaganda I'll be falling for.
There was I'm just looking at my notes now for other random things that I said. We more or less got a Panda Man in these episodes.
I did blink and I saw a dude with like Panda Man looking ears, and I was like,
yeah. I'm gonna go out and say that this was an official Panda Man sighting here. So the scene in question is from 941, when we're getting that explanation from Shinobu about the 3 levels of Kaido's crew in terms of people that eat the smiles. We have the gifters, who are the ones who eat the smile and actually obtain the fruit power, the animal power. Then you have pleasures, who are ones who consumed the fruit but did not get the power, so the other 90%. And then you have the waiters, who are just random schmucks waiting to get their chance to eat a smile, who are going to be waiting a long time now, considering there are no more. The factory has been blown up. So in the scene with where they show the gifters, they show a bunch of random people eating the fruit and then turning into different animals. And one of them is Panda Man. Now, not just like a giant panda. Because some of the other smiles, we've seen some fucking weird and grotesque ways that they've transformed or adopted part of their animal persona now. This just is a normal man, and his head turns into that of Panda Man. I didn't write down the timestamp, but when you watch the episode, you'll know based on the description that I gave. It's been a while since I think we've seen a Panda Man. I hope we haven't missed any in between.
I don't know if we have, but I can't help but have the gut feeling that surely we have, which makes me sad.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been large gaps like this before where I just wonder if we were less observant and missed him, or if truly there just was no Panda Man. But here we are. I don't remember when the last Panda Man was. I don't think we were in Wano. I think we were still on Whole Cake, probably.
Well, I mean, never know.
Shout out to the one Oniwa Banshu woman who had the musical instrument that...
Oh my...
that is actually just a gun, and she starts playing it as if it's going to be like tied to her devil fruit or something, and she goes, Ninpo, and then has an actual name for it, but it's just her pulling out the gat.
That's some kind of magic.
Ninpo. Hell Biwa!
You cheater! It's just a gun!
That moment was so funny.
Zoro's in disbelief. He's like, that's just a gun.
So good. So good.
Moving on. We're doing games. Fun facts, baby.
Bum, bum, bum,
All
bum.
right. Play it. Cue the music, Dave.
Fun facts.
Hello. This is Gabriel speaking to you from prison, though not for the reason you think. While running away from my execution, I suddenly had an epiphany. The last place they'd be looking for me would be in their captivity. This hideout's only temporary though, because I plan on heading out soon enough. Anyway, how about we start this set by focusing on the biggest victim? Oh, I got the hiccup. That's right. Here's some facts about Murder Machine Killer. Well, his epithet, Satsuriku Bujin, which I assume is the Japanese for murder machine, oh no, can also be translated in a different way. So let's see what the alternate translation is. Massacre Soldier. Oh, wow. I guess the official translators were being soft. Yeah, a little bit. Him and useless Captain Mid.
Damn.
Fuck, that's good. Excuse me. Eustace Captain Kid actually share the same least favorite food, curry udon. This is ironic since both Killer and Kid are incarcerated in Udon right now. Why did they go there? Are they stupid? Yeah, they did this to themselves. I mean, Kid kind of has the second time around. Killer's unfortunate laugh is likely based on the chorus of the song Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads. The chorus of that song uses the same laughing style, fa 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 fa, though at a lower pitch. Huh. Have we ever like investigated if any other laughing ticks were based off of something?
No, this was not part of Brendan's wheelhouse, as far as I know.
Gabriel, I know you're listening to this right now. I'm tasking you with finding out if any of the other laughing ticks in this show have ever been based off of something in particular like this. I would be curious. I'd be astounded if this was the first time. Finally, though, the name that was given to him, Kamazo, is actually a pun, because of course it is. Kamazo translates to scythe, makes it more obvious.
Oh, today I learned.
The next section is manga to anime differences. After Hiyori asks whether Sanji is Zoro's ally, Brook doesn't actually confirm this to her in the manga. Page 1 and Drake, looking at wanted posters of the Straw Hats before transforming, is made up by the anime. Similarly, Drake doesn't actually refer to Sanji as Sanji Vinsmoke here, which means that Sanji doesn't get angry about it. The second time Drake mentions Sanji's family lineage is canon, but Sanji has a much stronger reaction to it in the manga, and obviously doesn't tell Drake that he already told him not to talk about that. All that is to say, why the hell did Drake need wanted posters to recognize the Straw Hats in the anime? He already saw them on Sabaody. Is he all right? I don't know.
There's just a lot of pirates to keep track of.
Yeah, just wait till he finds out that Sanji is actually Stealth Black. I mean, Soba Mask.
Dun, 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 dun.
When the guards shoot at Sanji and Zoro, Sanji doesn't actually use armament hockey to deflect the bullets. This is notable because it's actually the first instance in which the dark metal effect is used to demonstrate armament hockey on Sanji. What an odd addition. Is it really? I mean, I'll trust Gabriel on this one. I guess it was always kind of implied, as a lot of things, that armament hockey is being used. But now we got the shiny. The ending stinger of episode 942 is made up. Luffy never actually asked Queen to continue the sumo match. He simply learned of Killer's real identity, and then the new rule about drowning Killer and Kid is introduced. Wow, Gabriel has some sort of agenda against Kid, it seems like.
He's not the only one.
Oh, this is a thing.
Yes.
Oh, tell me more.
I mean, I don't really know what I can say other than people love dunking on Kid.
I mean, yeah, he's talked a big game up to this point. Hasn't really done too much.
Wow, I just can't wait for you to see the future.
I mean, I feel bad for him right now.
I can't say more than that, but there's a moment in my head right now where I'm like, man, I can't wait for Christian to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I hope to see him start ripping ass at some point. Huh? That means farting. That was the wrong phrase. Kicking ass.
I was gonna say, like, hold on. I don't know what way people use the term ripping ass, but I know that it's farting, and that's funny.
No, I do want to see Kid go nuts. Because the last time we ever really saw it was Sabaody when they did that pseudo team up for a little while. And this is post time skip now when he should be better. So I'd be interested to see. Although he is down an arm. So
he's got another one.
Yeah, he's got another one. And he could just make a second one out of metal or whatever. Sanji and Zoro being heavily offended by the insults they throw at each other is mostly made up by the anime. Manga, they simply call each other Moss Juro and Brow Guro and move on. Thank God, because Zoro really shouldn't be getting confused anymore about why Sanji calls him that. While the anime shows Zoro pushing Raijin away while rescuing Hiyori, he actually cuts him in the manga. I don't want to say anything, but if Toei's censorship doesn't allow a swordsman to cut stuff, we may have a problem. When Luffy tells Queen that Kid has nothing to do with him during his torture, Queen was doing one of his dances in the manga, where he wasn't in the anime. Really, censorship has gone too far. Yeah, what the fuck? I want to see Queen dancing on fucking default dancing on kids' grave. That'd be so
What a
funny.
tragedy. What the anime just took from us.
Finally, Fujin, the Orochi Oniwabanshi member with the cloud behind him, never actually throws an attack at Zoro when confronting him. He simply identifies him as an ally to Hiyori and then never appears again. No, wait, hold on. Sorry, I want to emphasize this actually. Daikoku specifically sent out Raijin and Fujin to go after Hiyori. After they catch up to her, Raijin gets his ass beat, and Fujin just plays Captain Obvious and leaves without doing anything. And then there's a screenshot here of what looks like a YouTube clickbait title with Fujin, and it says, "What does he even mean?" Or what does he even do, rather, in red letters with a big red arrow pointing to him. Pointing to his cloud specifically.
It's great.
All right. This last section will be dedicated to Caesar Clown one last time. I bet it won't be one last time, but
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, didn't we do this last week?
let me tell you how much I've come to hate Caesar since I began to watch One Piece. There are more than 23,000 pages that make up the entire story of One Piece, which could fill multiple shelves in a library. You know, that's a good trivia fact. In case anyone ever asks you how big One Piece is on trivia night, 23,000 pages long. If the word hate was printed on each nano-agstrom, big words, of those tens of thousands of pages, it would not equal 1/quadrillionth of the hate I feel for Caesar at every micro instant. Hate. I hope that after this set, my feelings against him are more understandable. Special shout outs to Doflamingo, Kaido, and Orochi as well. I hope they all burn in hell.
Damn.
Anyway, that's about all this week. Unfortunately, I just realized that breaking into prison means that I'm in prison. Should have figured that. I guess I'll be... Oh, no, someone just broke in too. Literally. Looks like an old woman. I think I'll use this opportunity to make my escape. See you guys next week. Have a nice day.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye-bye. Have a good time.
All right. Well, thanks, Gabe.
Moving on, we've got next week's episodes, which are...
944 to 946.
That's right. Moving on to quotes.
I don't think I have any that weren't already stated.
Damn.
Oh, wait. Actually, no, there is one. Okay. It's not a quote, but so much a moment. It's when Sanji hears Hiyori crying.
Oh, God.
He does his whole dumb shtick. And then Zoro comes in and he's like, why are you out in the open, becoming the hero? And Sanji is just distraught. He's like, he knows that woman and he's touching her. Meanwhile, he's like fighting for both their lives. And Sanji's just dumbstruck. That was good.
I must have drawn attention when I ran away.
Mosshead knows that woman? That beautiful woman? Your bounty isn't even as high as mine, you arrogant bastard! You need to learn your place!
Also furthering my agenda for Hiyori x Zoro ship.
My own quotes outside of that. There was a moment where in 942, when all the other Straw Hats that were hanging out get into the mix there, they're covering for each other as things happen. And Usopp fires off a firebomb and gets people off of Frankie's tail while he picks up Yasuie's body. And Usopp, just before running down the ladder, goes, "A sniper getting sniped? This is just too ironic."
Shoot that man on top of the ladder!
Whoa, wait! You guys can't snipe the sniper!
That would be too ironic!
Golden Ham this week time. It's kind of a tough one, right?
Yeah, because I don't know.
There's not a whole lot of standout performances here as far as things that go. Like it could be tempting to give it to either Zoro or Sanji just for the start of their rescue, or maybe if we were more into the villains or something in these episodes, it could be for one of the villains perhaps. But I don't know. Give it a Big Mom for finally showing up and maybe being relevant, but that'll probably be better for next week.
I don't know about that one. Even as a mean pick, I'd be like, hold on, let's think about this some more.
Can we give it to Ninpo Gatwoman?
You know what?
for the fucking
absolutely
for the shamisen gun.
Absolutely. Please hold while I figure out her actual name.
This feels like heresy given the actual content within these episodes, all about Yasui's, or rather the smiles and stuff. But the smiles are all surrounded by assholes.
That's
and
fine.
people we hate.
Hold on, is this you, ma'am? All right, are you Shami-san lady? Yes, you are. Her name is Jigoku Ben 10.
Ben 10.
Ben 10 is the winner of this week's Golden Ham.
Dude, what if we just put a picture of Ben 10 in the picture?
I
on
wouldn't
Spotify.
say no.
That'd be so fucking funny. Can you write her name down on the sheet, please?
Jigoku.
That's incredible.
Who are you? Why'd you bring me here?
Ninpo, Hell's Loot. Or Lute? Jigoku Biwa. It was great. Love that.
Incredible.
Shout out to you, Ben 10.
Shout out to Ben 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to a fan mail segment.
So we technically don't really have fan mail. However, there is an interesting update that I feel like we should all be informed about.
Oh.
So there's a listener on our Spotify by the name of Gianni who is apparently just going on a rewatch binge of some sort. And he's marking it, each comment, like with the day he's on. So the most recent comment is, end quote, day 10 of re-listening, and my New Year's resolution is not to spoil like future Justin.
I
thought that was funny, and we're
why
sharing.
is your resolution to spoil? Are you trying to talk? Are you talking to
No,
your
not
friend?
to spoil. Not to spoil.
No. Oh, sorry. Yes. Why is your resolution not to spoil? Are you're out here talking to your friends, fucking spoiling One Piece for them? What the fuck?
Listen, man, sometimes stuff shit slips up.
I'm not gonna rag on you too hard because it sounds like, Gianni, you're trying to change your ways, unlike Justin. But there seems to be some element of remorse here that Justin typically does not engage with. So I appreciate you for pouring it out. But damn! All right, mini rant over. Thank you, Gianni, for leaving Spotify comment. Moving on now to a garb gab. All righty. Are you ready?
It's time.
I'm not sensing a lot of enthusiasm from you.
I think I'm just spooked. Should I be spooked?
Why are you spooked?
I don't know. It's just I gotta go back to work tomorrow. It's the first day of 2026. Trying to keep this strong.
Yeah. I get it. You're afraid of someone coming up to you with a paper you filled out earlier in that day and be like, Justin, it's not 2025 anymore. Because you wrote
too
2025 on it.
Too real. Especially now at work where like I gotta actually be like real on top of things in terms of like dates and just general bookkeeping kind of things. God forbid someone from like a federal agency is like, in this one form, you wrote January 1st, 2025, but you have this other form for a completely different thing that also says January 1st, 2025. Care to explain? And then someone's got to figure out which one's in 2026.
Try to pass off some old paperwork because you didn't feel like doing it. Incredible. Well, have no fear. This is simple. This is simply the garb gab. There is no fear. So if you would kindly reach on in so that we can have a little game on our hands, that would be delightful.
Okay. I got this.
Just reach around the wires.
Wait, what?
Just reach around the wires. There's a lot of wires in there right now. Just be careful of that.
Is there a fucking bomb in here?
No. Don't pay any attention to the two cables that are coming out the bottom of the garb either.
Huh?
Or the fact that they lead to a sparking battery, a car battery. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. I grab this. It's a stick, and I think it's a firework?
Fire the hole!
Huh? I see. You really got into pyrotechnics this year, huh?
Yeah, that's
all these fireworks are they're like, putting up displays and spelling something out actually. Hold on. Okay. I see rain check. And the question seems to be, what's your New Year's resolution for 2027?
2027? Wait, shit. Did I put the wrong firework in there? That's not...
Man, we got to figure out... Man, so the garb gab is like, listen, there's something you want to do and it's just not getting done in 2026. GG, go next. Let's start over.
Right. The gab has already given up on 2026.
Honestly,
2026 is a wash. Move on. All right. Well, all right. We're making New Year's resolutions for 2027, not 2026.
So what am I absolutely not getting done this year that I should try for next year?
Or have more faith. Set yourself a goal that you know is going to take more than a year to accomplish.
I feel like we just did the same thing. Anyway.
It's about reframing the mindset. It's not about failing in 2026. It's about making steady progress until 2027.
Oh, interesting. I will say in the year 2027, I want to travel to a different time zone. Gives me a pretty broad opportunity for how and where I want to travel.
Yeah, pretty easy one to accomplish.
All right, greater than 1 hour time zone. Greater than 1 hour time zone difference. Minimum 2 hour difference.
Minimum 2 hour time zone difference. Okay, that one's a little harder. Requires a little bit more commitment. I wonder what that looks like on the U.S. map from where we are. Let's see. Obviously, can't say it out loud.
There's a large chunk of states that I think I wanted to see, kind of, sort of, and realize I can't due to that restriction.
Let's see. U.S. map by time zones.
While you're there, can you answer the question for me?
Okay.
Does Texas occupy more than one time zone?
Technically, yes. The western part of by this one map that I've pulled up, but it seems to be consistent across other ones as I look at Google. There's a western corner of Texas. The westernmost corner of Texas is part of Mountain Time and not Central.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's pretty far from where we are. I don't think I would have guessed that, but I guess it makes sense. What do I want to do in 2027? I want to get back on the horse for watching more anime. I've fallen off of a lot of different anime, and I should say fallen off of watching anime in general, just because a lot of things have been going on in my life that needed my attention right after work, and then I'm tired and just want to go to sleep or decompress with a game or something like that. So I think anime recently has kind of fallen off of being a medium of entertainment that I've engaged with a lot with. Because right now I pretty much just rely on seeing Giguk's anime season in review episode, YouTube video every quarter to see what kind of shit should get put on the back burner, the ever expanding watch list each year. Yeah, I'm gonna be a better anime watcher in 2027. That's my New Year's resolution.
Nice. I look forward to it.
Me too, buddy. But all right, that's a Garb Gab. We have. Moving on now to the end of the show. Justin, could you kindly do the thing?
If you wish to support the show, consider signing up for a membership at pandasightings.com, where you'll get extra content like in-person recordings and vlogs. There's also a merch store where you can buy a little something for you or a loved one. Please, the hamsters will eat us if they do not get fed. And that website is where you will eventually see our 2024 year in review
2025
recording. Shit, we're in 2025. God,
no, we were in 2025.
I thought about it so hard. I was like, wait, what was last year? I don't even know what this year is. I don't know. Time is so fake, bro.
All right, another episode in the books. Hopefully next time we'll have some companions. They're dearly missed, but we'll see them again soon.